What if the reason some Hondas reach 300,000 miles isn't luck, but engineering decisions that most of us never notice? And while Honda isn't perfect, certain decisions across Civics, Accords, and Pilots explain why so many of them keep running long, even after competitors give up. Today I'm breaking down 14 of Honda's smartest engineering decisions and why they actually work. And the final decision might be the biggest reason so many Hondas survive decades of abuse. 14. Engine bays. Our first engineering decision starts with something most people never think about when buying a car. How easy is it to actually work on later? Because most modern cars aren't built with repairs in mind. Even simple jobs like replacing a starter, changing a belt, or accessing a sensor can turn into a half front-end teardown just to reach the part. On models like the Accord, Civic, and CR-V, Honda consistently designed engine bays with real working space. Key components are placed so they can actually be reached without unnecessary disassembly. This makes your labor time drop, repair costs stay lower, and small issues are far less likely to turn into expensive while we're in there repairs. Because good engineering is about how realistically it can still be repaired 10 years later. And this is one of the areas where Honda earns its reputation. 13. Honda's simple, naturally aspirated 4 cylinders. The next decision goes back to something Honda almost feels stubborn about, which is keeping engines simple when everyone else started adding complexity. Take engines like the K24, R18, and older K20s. You don't have any turbo systems, no extra cooling loops for boost, no extra layers of hardware just to make power feel bigger than it is. And that simplicity matters more than people think. Because fewer parts means fewer failure points. No turbo means less heat stress, and less heat means slower, long-term wear. That's why these engines rack up numbers that surprise people. If you talk to mechanics, you'll hear the same pattern again and again, that neglected K-series engines still show up running and doing their job long after owners stopped caring for them properly. It doesn't have flashy engineering, but it is the kind that survives. 12. Using timing chains on many modern engines. For this one, let's start by asking why some Honda engines are able to run for 200,000 plus miles without ever needing a timing belt replacement. The answer starts with Honda moving away from traditional timing belts on many of its modern engines and switching to timing chains instead, especially in platforms like the K-series and Earth Dreams engines. The problem Honda was solving is simple. Timing belts wear out over time and require scheduled replacement, often every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Miss that interval, and you're gambling with serious engine damage. Timing chains change that equation. Instead of being a routine maintenance item, the chain is designed to last the life of the engine under normal conditions. That reduces scheduled service costs and removes one of the most expensive preventive repairs owners used to deal with. However, it's not completely maintenance-free. Chains can still stretch over time, especially with poor oil changes or high mileage use, which is why inspection still matters. Still, compared to older belt-driven setups, this is one of Honda's quiet reliability wins. But Honda's engineering wasn't only about making engines last longer. The next decision was about making them feel effortless every single day. 11. The K24 engine's undersquare design. One of Honda's smartest engine decisions was actually choosing not to chase maximum horsepower. Instead, with the K24, Honda focused on something much more useful for everyday drivers: effortless torque. The K24 uses an undersquare design, meaning the stroke is longer than the cylinder bore. With an 87mm bore and a 99mm stroke, the piston travels farther inside the cylinder than the width of the cylinder itself. So why does that matter? It's because a longer stroke helps create stronger low-end torque, meaning the engine can pull harder at lower RPM without needing to constantly rev high. That made the K24 especially well suited for vehicles like the Accord, CR-V, and Element, where smooth everyday power mattered more than chasing a high red line. Honda didn't design the K24 to scream like a race engine. They designed it to feel effortless every single day. And that balance between durability, torque, and usability is exactly why the K24 became one of Honda's most respected engines. 10. Honda's cooling system simplicity. Continuing with Honda's long-term reliability philosophy, The next smart decision shows up in something most people never think about until it fails: the cooling system. On models like the Accord and Civic, Honda kept the cooling setup relatively simple compared to many competitors. Fewer unnecessary branches, fewer overly complex routing systems, and a design that prioritizes straightforward flow. That simplicity matters more than it seems, so when something does go wrong, diagnosis becomes faster. A leak, a stuck thermostat, or a weak water pump is easier to trace without multiple overlapping systems confusing the issue. And in general, fewer components also means fewer failure points. Every extra sensor, valve, or junction is another potential leak or malfunction down the line. It's not flashy engineering, but it's effective. Because in the real world, the simplest cooling system is often the one that survives the longest without drama. Quick pause. If you're enjoying how these Honda engineering decisions are breaking things down, hit the subscribe button. Because in a video like this, the real value isn't just knowing what Honda did right, but understanding why those decisions still matter every time you start the engine. All right, let's get back into the video. 9. VTEC. But before we move further into Honda's engineering decisions, we need to clear up one of the most misunderstood systems in their entire lineup: the VTEC. Because most people still think VTEC is just a performance trick that kicks in at high RPMs and makes the engine feel faster. But that's only half the story. Honda actually designed VTEC, or the variable valve timing and lift electronic control, as a dual-purpose system. It's not just about power. It's about efficiency working alongside performance in the same engine. At low RPMs, the engine runs in a more fuel-efficient mode, keeping combustion smooth and controlled for daily driving. But when you push harder on the throttle, the system changes valve timing and lift to let the engine breathe more freely, unlocking extra power when it's actually needed. So instead of building two separate engines, one for economy and one for performance, Honda engineered a single system that can switch between both behaviors depending on driving demand. That's why VTEC became so iconic, because it's adaptive. And in typical Honda fashion, it solved a problem over time, while most manufacturers were still trying to separate into two different engine designs. 8. High-quality manual transmissions. Now we move into something that driving enthusiasts still talk about today, because Honda's manual transmissions have built a reputation that most manufacturers struggle to match. In models like the Civic Si and manual-equipped Accords, Honda focused on one thing most automakers eventually started to lose: the shift feel. The way the gearbox engages, precision of the gates, and the consistency of the clutch response all come together in a way that feels mechanical, predictable, and solid. But it's not just about driving enjoyment. These transmissions also earned respect for durability. When maintained properly, Honda manuals are known to handle high mileage without the same level of internal failure seen in some competing designs. That combination of feel and longevity is rare. Because most brands choose between comfort, performance, or reliability, Honda managed to balance all three in a way that made their manuals a benchmark for how a simple transmission should behave. 7. Double-wishbone front suspension. But before Honda shifted towards simpler and cheaper suspension setups in many modern cars, there was a time when they prioritized something much more expensive, but far better for driving feel. In older models like the Civic, Integra, and Prelude, Honda used a double wishbone front suspension setup instead of the more common McPherson strut design. The reason engineers loved it comes down to control. Double wishbone geometry keeps the tire in a more consistent position during cornering, which improves grip, steering precision, and overall handling stability. In simple terms, the tire stays planted better when the car is pushed hard, but that level of performance doesn't come cheap. Double wishbone systems are more complex, take up more space, and cost more to manufacture and maintain compared to simpler suspension designs. Even then, Honda chose to use it in performance-oriented and driver-focused models because the priority was clear. The driving quality mattered more than production cost. It's one of those decisions that defined Honda's reputation for sharp, engaging handling in its earlier generations. 6. Honda's lightweight engineering philosophy. Another engineering choice that shaped almost every Honda you see on the road comes down to one core philosophy, which is build it lighter, not bigger. While other manufacturers often lean toward larger engines or heavier components to solve performance and durability issues, Honda consistently focused on efficient design. The idea is to reduce unnecessary weight wherever possible, then let the engine do less work in the first place. That approach creates a chain reaction of benefits. Less weight means better fuel economy without forcing the engine to work harder. It also reduces long-term stress on components like suspension, brakes, and even the drivetrain. And importantly, it improves drivability in everyday conditions. The car feels more responsive, more balanced, and less strained under normal use. It's one of the most effective, because in many cases, solving a problem isn't about adding power, it's about removing weight in the first place. Which Honda engine would you trust to drive across the country tomorrow with no hesitation? Comment down what you think. 5. The J35 V6's longevity. Next, let's look into one of Honda's most underrated engineering successes that shows up in the J35 V6, used in vehicles like the Pilot, Odyssey, and certain Accords. What makes this engine stand out isn't just power, it's how consistently it delivers torque in a way that feels effortless when you drive. It's built to move heavy family vehicles without feeling strained, even when fully loaded. But the real reputation comes from durability. Across high-mileage owners, it's not unusual to see J35-powered vehicles passing 200,000 miles, with many examples comfortably passing 200,000 miles, with exceptionally maintained ones reaching 250,000 miles and beyond. And that last part matters, because while the engine is strong by design, it still depends heavily on basic maintenance with regular oil changes, cooling system health, and attention to wear items over time. Of course, no engine is perfect. Some J35-equipped models with variable cylinder management developed oil consumption and spark plug fouling concerns, which is why maintenance history matters so much. So when cared for correctly, the J35 has earned a reputation as one of Honda's most reliable large engines, powering family vehicles for decades without major drama. 4. Honda's Transverse packaging efficiency. Now, stepping away from powertrain engineering for a moment, the next decision is all about how Honda turned limited physical space into maximum usability. One of Honda's most practical engineering strengths comes from how efficiently they package everything inside the car. By designing engines and drivetrains to sit transversely across the engine bay, Honda was able to maximize interior space without increasing the overall size of the vehicle. You see this clearly in models like the Civic, Fit, and CR-V, where compact external dimensions still translate into surprisingly usable passenger room and cargo capacity. The benefit is simple but powerful. More interior space without making the car harder to park, heavier to drive, or more expensive to run. In the Honda Fit especially, this packaging philosophy becomes almost the entire identity of the car. Small outside, deceptively large inside. It's smart engineering because it prioritizes actual usability over theoretical design. And for most owners, that matters far more than specs on paper. 3. The Honda Fit's magic seats. Now this is where Honda takes packaging efficiency and turns it into something genuinely clever, the one and only Honda Fit's magic seats. Because the problem engineers were solving was simple. How do you make a small car actually useful in the real world without increasing its size? The solution came from rethinking what was possible inside the cabin. By placing the fuel tank under the front seats instead of the rear, Honda freed up a completely flat rear floor. This single decision allowed the rear seats to fold, flip, and reconfigure in multiple ways, depending on what the driver needed. Tall items, folded seats, full cargo load, and suddenly a subcompact car behaves like something much larger. What makes this so respected among engineers is how elegant the solution is, as it doesn't rely on complicated mechanisms or expensive materials. It relies on smart space utilization. 2. K-Series engine modularity. And when you zoom out from individual engines and systems, you start to notice a pattern in Honda's engineering approach. They reuse what works, refine it, and apply it across as many platforms as possible. The K-Series platform, including engines like the K20 and K24, are an example that became famous for performance and also how modular it was. That modularity is why tuners love it. Internally, these engines share a lot of design language, which makes swapping components, upgrading parts, and building hybrid setups far more straightforward than most other engine families. However, it's also a mechanic's advantage, because when a platform is widely used across multiple models like the Civic Si, Accord, CR-V, and even performance variants, parts availability stays strong. Repairs become easier, the knowledge spreads faster, and yes, long-term maintenance doesn't turn into a guessing game. The real engineering win here is standardization. One core architecture, adapted across multiple vehicles without reinventing the wheel each time. And that decision shaped one of the most respected engine families Honda has ever produced. 1. Building engines that tolerate real-world abuse. And finally, all of these engineering choices lead to one last trait that defines Honda more than anything else: how well their engines survive real people. Because in the real world, it is only natural that you miss oil changes, stretch service intervals, and sometimes ignore small leaks. And in most brands, that's where engines start failing quickly. But in Hondas, you constantly see a different outcome. High-mileage cars are still running despite imperfect maintenance histories. Engines that have clearly lived a hard life, but refuse to completely give up. It is the mechanics that often see it firsthand, with cars coming in far later than they should have, yet still running, still starting, and still driving under their own power. That's where Honda's engineering silently stands out, because they tolerate real-world neglect better than most competitors in the same class. And this may actually be Honda's greatest engineering achievement. So after all of that, which Honda engineering decision deserves the most credit? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I have a lot more great content coming your way. And if you want to know which Honda models are actually worth buying used, and which ones I'd avoid completely, that breakdown is waiting next.